So basically, when it comes to public speaking, one of the first way to overcome the shyness of public speaking is basically understanding the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing. There's no public speaker without a purpose. A lot of people just want to just stand up and talk, but because they do not understand the purpose of why they have to speak, you find them shy and timid. If I tell you that I'm shy of the public, you may not believe it, but purpose has kept me standing in front of different population and different kinds of crowd. I can literally talk to anyone. Not because I am not shy. Trust me, I still have shaky feet and wet palms sometimes while talking, but in the real sense, when you understand why you are saying what you're saying and you believe in the impact it will have in the general public, the shyness will definitely not overcome your purpose driven speech. Do you understand? So, your purpose driven speech will always overcome your shyness and fear of public speaking. So, when you want to overcome, take advantage of every opportunity that you have. Speak to people on topics you know that you are passionate about, topics you know that are important to their personal development, topics you know that can cause a shift in their mindset and in their direction in the path of destiny. Practical ways to actually overcome shyness in public speaking. So one of the first ways to actually practically overcome shyness in public speaking, having identified the purpose of your speech and the impact it will have on the public. First one, you need to practice. Stand in front of the mirror if you can. Make a recording of yourself. See how you um, presented your speech. Are you impressed by it after watching yourself again and again? Do it again and again until you are impressed. It helps to build confidence. And looking at your camera, always assume that there is a population out there who is going to watch your video. Another way to also help yourself is if you make a recording of your video, share it with your friends and have them access you. When you begin to hear people's comments about your speech, it will really help you build to a large extent more confidence in public speaking. It doesn't mean that you can be very good to the point where you no longer have wet palms. That's not true. Having been in public speaking for a while, I can still tell you that there are certain kinds of comments where I can still have shaky feet. But the moment you stand up in a crowd, every fear and intimidation will just naturally disappear. Another way to practically build your public speaking, watch people who speak. Your pastors, your teachers, people who stand in front of any form of crowd at all, those people are people you can learn from. Why do they do it so effortless? You can learn from them. So watch, find out why they speak so confidently. How do they do it? So when you're looking at someone, for instance, your pastor preaching, you're watching the presentation, you're watching how he communicates the message to you, you're watching his composure. Is he talking and is all shivering or is actually bold and confident? So you watch out for those things. How does he put his A and B together to make a reasonable sentence? So you pay attention to those things. Watch the news sometimes. Yes, as a child, knowing that I had interest in public speaking and actually wanted to be a newscaster, I would watch almost all the 7 o'clock news on DRTV. I'll write my own news and I'll sit down and pretend like I'm doing a presentation on news. Yes, I remember I'll be like, "Good evening, my name is," and joining me tonight for the news at 7 is, it was things I had watched from the presenters on TV, and I would practice. I write my own news, I'll present it to myself. Sometimes I'll force my father and my mom to sit down, or my siblings to listen to me. And yeah, the assessment was also very good as well to help me build the kind of confidence that I have today. But I was really very timid as a child. But in my house, I knew that this girl could talk, and I couldn't dare stand in front of people. So that's one of the ways. Watch news presenters; they are very good public speakers. They try, And like I said before, when you put your camera in front of you, nobody's watching, but believe that that thing can actually go haywire. So newscasters, for instance, when they broadcast their news, they do it in a private room. They are alone there, but the whole world may be watching them. So that's one of the mentalities that you also have to have when you're doing your own recording, that you're speaking to a crowd, even though they're not present there, to help you build your confidence. Build your vocabulary. Don't overlook your vocabulary so that you don't come out there and you're speaking one English that doesn't balance up. Trust me, we still make grammatical blunders. Even I still do. I remember in one of our events, I spoke one English like that, and like after the whole event, when we were doing assessment, we were laughing at that grammar. So yes, it still happens, yeah. But when you have the confidence, trust me, people may not even notice. It's you who said it that will notice it. But that doesn't take out the excuse or become an excuse for you not to build your vocabulary. Build your vocabulary so that you can speak better and more confidently when you're sure of what you're saying. understand them. Be intentional about your speaking. Learn to write. A good public speaker knows how to write. Don't just come out there and just try to talk. Sometimes it's okay to write what you want to say. In writing, you'll be able to visualize what you want to say. Sometimes you may have something in your head that you want to say, but when you start speaking, you discover that doesn't make sense. But when you are speaking and you're writing it, you see some commands and some clauses and some paragraphs that should be adjusted. Okay, this one is better here and there. You'll be able to adjust it. So you should also learn how to write what you want to say. Not that you now memorize what you want to say. No, writing what not saying what you wrote. Do you understand? There's a difference. You're not saying what you wrote because that's where people cram speeches and come out. But you write what you want to say. So it's like it's already in you. You're just writing it to be able to visualize what you want to say and see whether there are any adjustments you can make. Another thing too is that when you have learned it to an extent, you may not need to write everything. You just write key points. Maybe you want to talk about 5 ways to improve public speaking. So instead of you to write all the things I've said, you can just say one, make a recording, two, and you already, because it's in you, you know how to expatiate on these points. So I think I'll leave us with those few points for today, and trust me, if you implement all of them, you'll be an amazing public speaker. I am Dr. Ace, and it's nice having you on the NADIGIGS platform. I hope that you share this video with every child out there who you know that is a bit timid when it comes to public speaking and very shy. They are the next, they're the future of the country, they're the future of the world. Help them build their confidence, because someday they're going to stand before crowds to make impacts, useful impacts. So please do well to subscribe to the channel and be a blessing to each other by sharing this video. Thank you.